Mic check, mic check. Let me fix my hijab. Let's get a good angle. Is the lighting okay? Yeah, the lighting is good. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the channel. Oh my god, that was so weird. Anyways, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Amina. Welcome to the channel, welcome to my channel, welcome to our channel, and thank you for stopping by. Yes, as you can see, today is a sit-down video, it's not a vlog. What am I talking about? Let me get right away to the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Do you know Ramadan is in 10 days? Yes, 10 days. We're gonna have Ramadan, inshallah. So, Allahumma balighna Ramadan. And to my girlies, if you haven't made up your days, please, please, you're running out of time. You have 30 minutes. Let me do that meme. You have only 30 minutes. So if you haven't made up your days, please make up your days. And I don't even know, because I've created this habit of that once Ramadan ends, I pay my dues. Yes, I made up the days I missed, and then straight away I go to Sita to Shawwal. That is how I have been doing it for the past 3 years. And so I don't remember like not making up my days. Yes, so Alhamdulillah. So I'm just here reminding you, we only have a few days remaining. And I've seen a girl on TikTok, she was like, guys, we only have a few days to Ramadan, and I haven't made up my days, and what is it called? My PMS is around the corner. It's in just a few days. And so she was like, what did I do to myself? Yes, don't be that girl. Be like me. Once Ramadan finishes up, you make up the days, you do Sita to Shawwal, of which sometimes it's easy. The only reason why I do that is because, one, I will forget the days I didn't had, and I want to keep up the momentum of Ramadan. And that is how I fast Sita to Shawwal, as I pay the missed days. Yes, so what are we gonna talk about? Let me stop yapping, because I've been yapping for 3 minutes. Okay, today's title, or like today's video, is like, how can you make this Ramadan your best Ramadan? For Alhamdulillah al-Shukr, I can say for myself as Amina, I've had the best Ramadans for the past 3 years. No, for the past 4 years, because this is going to be my 5th Ramadan. Since I've moved here, Istanbul, my Ramadan game has been so good. And I can contribute this to solely because I live alone. I don't have any responsibility. There's no work waiting for me, because we know as girls, all we do is be in the kitchen. We have a lot of guests. We come from big families. And so you spend all your time, or like you come from uni, you come from school, you come from work, you home. There's another work waiting for you. And so we have been in that mode that we don't even experience the luxury, the blessings, and the benefits of the month of Ramadan, because we are constantly in a work mode and we're exhausted, we are tired. So we don't sit back, reflect on the month, literally. But like, since I've been living alone, this is going to be my 5th year, alhamdulillah, I can say I have had the best Ramadan. That is when I started finishing the Quran, because I never used to that. I never used to do that. In 2019, 2018, 2020, I never did that, because I was straight from school. I come home, there's work. I try to cook, I try to help around the house. And if you're somebody like me who loves to cook, or like who's a good cook, I used to be in the kitchen. I used to slave in the kitchen. I come from a family of 10, and then we have other guests, we have the neighbors. So like literally I used to make food for like 15, 20 people. I used to slave in the kitchen. And this Ramadan, I also want to achieve the same goals, or like more goals. The one rule I've set for myself, if I'm not doing better than how I was last Ramadan, I just want to do the things I did last Ramadan. I don't want to go beyond that. So I cannot go from not finishing the Quran twice to finishing the Quran once. That means I'm regressing and not progressing, and that is not what I want for myself, because I have taught myself that I can do better, and I have seen myself I can actually do better and come out of my comfort zone. And I want that for you too. You can literally, you can do so much. You can focus your whole mindset, create new habits, and try to reflect and also get the barakah, the blessings of the month of Ramadan. Yes, so what can you do? If first of all you don't pray your salahs, this is where you should start. Make sure you pray your salahs on time. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, this is something that I don't struggle with. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And that does not mean there are people who don't struggle with. A lot of us struggle with the salahs. So if you don't pray your salahs, or like you pray late, salah is meant to be prayed on its own time. You're not supposed to delay your prayer. So if you struggle with that, that is something you should focus on this month. So make sure you pray your salahs on time if you don't pray them on time. And if you don't pray all your salahs, make sure this Ramadan, it is the Ramadan you pray all your salahs. Second thing, if you don't finish the Quran, focus on finishing the Quran. If you don't know how to read the Quran, you can listen. And how I used to do before is that even sometimes I do it. It's like I listen, I put on my earphones and I have the sheikh and I repeat after the sheikh who's writing the Quran. And that is, if you're somebody who can read the Arabic letters, this is an easy way for you to read quickly if you're a slow reader. And that's how you can save time. And also perfect your tajweed, and also perfect how you read. Yes, that is the secret of been doing it. And I can say it is the best way, and it is literally amazing. Try yourself, have the sheikh reading the Quran, and then you repeat after the sheikh. With time, I think you're going to adapt with it. Yes. So if you don't know how to read the Quran, listen to the Quran. Because we have the same ajr, like reading and listening, you will get the same ajr. I don't know. What am I saying? So if you listen to the Quran, you will have the same ajr, like the same, what is ajr? The same blessings, like same as the person who is reading. So if you cannot read the Quran, make sure you listen to the Quran every single time and you finish. And like you can finish actually listening to the Quran, the whole Quran in like 2 weeks. So if you're that person, make sure you finish the Quran just by listening several times in the month of Ramadan. If you read, you can read the Quran and you haven't finished the whole Quran in the month of Ramadan, focus on finishing the Quran. And if you usually finish the Quran once, make it twice, like me. So if you do it twice, make it thrice. That is how you change, and that is how you immerse yourself in the month of Ramadan, because it's the month of the Quran. What a better way? There's nothing better than the Quran in the month of, like literally, don't even do anything else. Just focus on Quran. That's it. And you'll have a blessed Ramadan, and you will have the blessings of Ramadan, and you will feel it. You will feel to the bones. Yes. That is reading the Quran. We said the prayer, we said the Quran. Now let's go to, if you can pray Taraweeh, please don't miss the Taraweeh. If you work, if you're a student like me, you'll be like, oh, I'm exhausted. Make sure during weekends, during weekends, not weekdays. During the weekends, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you go to the Taraweeh. And once Tahajjud starts, please don't also miss Tahajjud, especially the people who live in Africa, people who live in the Middle East, people who live where Tahajjud, even like people in UK, they have, even here we have Tahajjud, but like it's in specific mosques. Like Ayah Sophia, they have the Tahajjud prayer. And like I think they do specific days. Yeah, so I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me on that. So if you don't go to Taraweeh, if you can go, please go. Tahajjud is the same thing. Also do that. Now let's move on to dhikr. That thing should be something that should be doing constantly. If you're not sleeping and if you're not eating, what should come out from your mouth? It should be dhikr. Constant istighfar, constant, Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar, the Tahmeed, the Tahleel. That should be your constant. That should be the daily work your tongue should be doing. And the more you do it during the month of Ramadan, the more it's going to be easier for you even after Ramadan. And that is how habits are built. If you do it the whole month, definitely next month is going to be easy. And that's how I built my dhikr, my adkar. And that's how I managed to do it every single day. Yes, so you make sure if you're not eating and you're not sleeping, busy your mouth with the adkar, the dhikr, okay? That is something else. Another thing you should also be focusing on doing is the extra salahs. Try to do extra salahs, the sunnah salahs. If you cannot do the 12 sunnahs, make sure you do salatul witri and make sure you do salatul duha. Salatul duha has a huge, what is it called? It has a huge reward. The scale is heavy on Salatul Duha. So if there is one habit you want to work on this month of Ramadan, apart from the Quran, it should be Salatul Duha. Or like you cannot do the 12 Sunnah Salahs. The only Salah you can do is Salatul Duha apart from the Tahajjud. Yes. Which other habit? Definitely you should take care of how you spend your time, the things you watch. Make sure you're not watching films, TV shows, dramas, the gossips, the TikToks. You should stay away from that because Ramadan is the month of purification and reflection. So you should be in a constant ibadah. Should be your environment, and what you do should be involved in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you need to be careful on the things you watch, the things you read, and the things you say. Make sure you don't curse, because some of the cursings is not allowed and you cannot do that. And it's not just when you're fasting period, even outside the fasting hours, you should not be doing these things. Don't just, take care of your speech when you're fasting. And once you did your iftar, you're cussing out, or like you're listening to the gossips, or like you're watching the dramas and all of that. Don't do that. These activities, or like the whole ibadah, it should be when you are fasting and when you are not fasting. It's something like it's the whole month you're doing it, not just when you are fasting. And fasting is not just staying hungry. Ramadan, it's all about fasting and always. It's a whole ibadah. So don't think it's like just like staying away from food. No, we should stay away from our desires. We should stay away from sins. We should stay away from all the bad habits that we usually do outside the month of Ramadan. So that is how sacred Ramadan is. And yeah, those are the tips I can give you to make the month the ultimate month, and how you can make this Ramadan your best Ramadan. Focus on your Quran, your salahs on time, your adkar. Be in a constant ibadah even when you are not fasting. And to the sisters who will be on their PMS during the month of Ramadan, still you can listen to the Quran, you can read the Quran. Some ulama say you cannot read, but I follow the opinion that I can read the Quran from my iPad, from my laptop, and not have the physical Quran itself. And that is how actually I finish the Quran twice, because a friend of mine was asking, okay, do you still read Quran even during your PMS days? I'm like, yeah, but like I don't read from the kitab, I read from my iPad. And that is how I managed to do the whole Quran. Yes, so be in a constant. You can still do your adkar, you can do your dhikr, you can do your du'as, you can still read your Quran. The only thing you cannot do, being a woman who is in her PMS, is salah. Yes, but like your du'as, your Quran, it's all should go. What you watch, what you hear, what you read, what you say, all of these things should be good in the month of Ramadan, or like they should be in a constant ibadah. It should not be something that conflicts with the month of Ramadan. Just because you're not fasting it doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. Yeah, and that is the tip on how you can make your month. You can make this Ramadan the best Ramadan you've ever had. Just focus, and if you want to build a habit, just start with one thing. Just start with one thing. And that is how I all the habits I have, I started in the month of Ramadan. Praying Salat al-Duha, I started 2022 till today. I also do that. Finishing the Quran, I also started in the month of Ramadan. I stopped lying. I stopped listening to music. So if you want to cut off habits, this should be the month. Once you can do this month, that means you can also do that even outside the month, because habits, it is something that is formed within 21 days. And if you can do them, that shows you can do it even outside, or like every single day or regular days. Yeah. And that is my tips on how to make this month, or like how to make Ramadan the best month of the year, and how you can build a very intimate relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how you can build your iman level, your spirituality. This is the month, so don't waste it. Time is very, very important, so don't waste every single day. Sometimes what I usually do is like, maybe I'm exhausted when I'm from uni and I'm like, today I cannot pray tahajjud, and then I remind myself that this is only 1 month. The month is gonna end, and I'll be having other days that I'll be sleeping however I want. So that's how I motivate myself to pray tahajjud every single month. Yes, and don't forget your suhoor. Suhoor is very important. Yes, suhoor is very important. If you're somebody who does not like to eat a lot of things, make sure you eat high protein food. Like you can just a bowl of yogurt, or like chia seeds. You can have dates and peanuts. You can have a milkshake. Make sure you have suhoor, of which suhoor is part of the sunnah. It's very heavy and it is very encouraged. So don't miss on your suhoors. That's what I should say. And yeah, that is the tips I have, and that is how I managed to make Ramadan. Like that is how I made the last three Ramadans my best Ramadan. And I hope this has helped. Allahumma balighna Ramadan. Until Ramadan, I will also share my days, or like how Ramadan looks like for me since I'm a student, or like how I balance Ramadan with uni, with hospitals, with YouTube, with everything I do, or like how I balance Ramadan with my daily lives. I will also share a vlog on that. And yeah, so if you reach all the way here, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Leave comment on how you can make your Ramadan your best Ramadan this Ramadan, or like the habits you want to build this Ramadan, or like what are your plans, what are you envisioning, have you started planning for Ramadan? Let me know, because I'm also interested to see how my besties on the internet are making this month their best month. And yeah, so till next time, assalamu alaikum, bye.